Good morning. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Capper. We have the order we do things in. It's reviews first for people who have orders that they're working on, complying with. This is a check on that. So your name will be called in a group. So when your name is called with the group, come up at that time. People outside that have reviews need to be in now. If you miss getting called, we're not going to come get you. You'll just wait until the end of the docket before you get called. Call reviews.
Brittany Valco, Heather Barnett, Jamie Bias, Daniel Bryson, Jeffrey Collins, Regina Hudson, Casey Jackson. Ms. Valco.
All right, Brittany Valco is appearing by teleconference, case number 24-144. Okay, this is an ODI case. It's a little over a year old.
I wanted to say, I can't do my DUI class until I get my ID, and I'm just waiting on my birth certificate, which it should be here by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, and then I can sign up for that.
Your Honor, if I may, I have noted that Ms. Balko was ordered on May 19th to have some community service done. She has not been here. Has not turned in.
Did you hear that?
What is it?
You were ordered to do some community service before this hearing, and you haven't did any since the last time you were here.
I was going to do it on Monday and Tuesday. What day it was scheduled to do it?
You were ordered to do it before today's date, and it hasn't happened. And you haven't, I mean, this case is over a year old. You got an OBI conviction, which is a serious offense. You've paid $120 on your fines. You've done 1 day of community service, and that's it.
I tried to make the payment this morning, but when I went online, it had like an orange thing. I didn't know if there's like a processing time where, because I paid the payment yesterday. I don't know if I need to wait 24 hours to make another payment or why it's showing a little, it's like not letting me do it online.
Okay, I'm going to order that you be here Monday in person at the court.
Okay.
That's June 23rd. And probably would be a good idea if you came out for community service tomorrow, if you don't want to go to jail. So
Yeah, tomorrow?
tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. here at the court. Be here Monday at 9 a.m. for your review. If you don't show up, you're going to get a warrant issued.
Okay, so come Saturday for community service and come back Monday for court again?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's all. Heather Barnett.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. 2366. It's on a theft offense.
You need these two.
And you're at restoring hope.
Yes, sir.
Are you inpatient or what's your status there?
Yeah, I'm in independent living. Like, I'm still in housing. I can get passes and stuff. I'll just show you, I've had pneumonia a couple times since I've been there. And I got bronchitis. I've just been sick this month.
Okay,
So
I see you've
Yeah, I come to pay on my
records
fine.
on that.
On my fine this morning, I got $50 cash, but I didn't know y'all didn't take my Direct Express card, credit card. So anyway, I have $50 cash. You told me after I get done in court, I could come and pay that.
Okay, and you've got community service to do too, so you've got to get out here to do community service. Is she allowed to do community service?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I just been sick.
Okay, this has to get taken care of.
Okay.
I want to see, I'll give you another month, and we need to see it at least 4 days of community service before you come back.
Yes, sir.
You can do it any day here at the court at 7:30 a.m. You report on the west side of the building.
Okay,
Other than Sundays. Sunday's the only day there's not community service here.
okay,
Monday through Saturday, there's community service, or a holiday if it's a holiday. We got the 4th of July coming up, there won't be community service that day.
okay.
Okay, so I'm going to set your next review hearing for right at a month. So that's going to be July 21st,
Okay,
9 o'clock. And you're going to make a $50 payment today.
Yes, sir.
Or go to the clerk's office to the right as you leave court
uh,
and make your payment.
okay, yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you.
It's done. Continue with your treatment.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Jamie Bias, I believe, is on teleconference. Is that right? No, Jamie Bias here. Jamie Bias. She actually should be on the sentencing docket. She hasn't wound up, so. So in case there's some confusion, I'll pass it till after 10 o'clock. But she hasn't wound up with Mr. Sellers, so she's not here at 9:45. We'll call it later in the docket. She's not here then. She'll get a warrant. Mr. Sellers will be ordered to go pick her up. Daniel Bryson is here, 21-2208, on a driving under suspension. You're making payments on your fines. Do you have a payment today?
I do.
How much are you going to pay?
Normally I have more, but I got 25 for today.
All right, see the clerk, you know you can do community service and work it off too. You get-
I'm working 6 days a week as well, so I'm trying to get it paid off. I believe there's only a couple $100 left, so,
I'm showing 485 at this point.
okay, well, all right.
Okay, I'll set you, this is an older case, so I'll set you for July 21st also.
Okay.
Go see the clerk, make your payment.
Thank you.
Jeffrey Collins, who's appearing by teleconference, case number 19304, 191082, and 241521, paying on fines. Do you have a payment you made, Mr. Collins?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna make payment today. As soon as I get lunch, I have to put it on the card, but I'll put 40 on there.
Okay. So you'll be playing online.
What's that?
You're going to be paying online today.
Yes, sir. Yes.
July 21st will be your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Regina Hudson, 23-581 and 1382. You don't have much left.
No, I made a payment of $20 for from the 83. I still owe $63.40, I think, or something like that. I can pay full payment on the 25th of this month.
Okay. So I'll set you for July 21st. If you've paid it off by then, you don't have to come back.
July 21st.
Yes, ma'am. Pay it off and you don't have to be here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Casey Jackson, 22-510. He's at RRS. Got a report from them. good report? Okay. Do you have a payment today?
Yeah, I can pay 40 today.
Okay. Some question whether you failed to pay last time, so will you follow him out, make sure he pays $40?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the clerk, and I'll set you for July 25th, so that's a Friday. The others have been on Monday, so this will be on Friday, July 25th, 9 o'clock. Go see the clerk.
Kevin Jordan, Kayla King, Jeremy McMillan, Christopher Meade, Carolyn Rayburn Slack, John Turman, Shane Ortiz.
Kevin Jordan, 25-213, Kevin Jordan. It's on a theft offense, he's done absolutely nothing, hasn't appeared today, so there'll be a warrant issued for failure. Kayla King, 24-382. She is here today, is at Bethesda, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a report?
Yes, I do.
Here's a report for you,
Thank you.
and I've also done some community service as well.
Okay. Okay, it's a good report from Bethesda, and it looks like Mr. Cooper will review the hours, but it looks legitimate. So, good job.
Thank you, Your
How are you
Honor.
feeling?
I'm feeling much better, Your Honor. I've been phased up to phase 3 now. So here soon, whenever I phase up to phase 4, I'll be able to start looking for work, and still do my community service as well.
Okay.
I was wanting to ask exactly, how much do I owe for like my fines and, all that?
I'm showing at this point $325. Now that, some of this is gonna go toward your fine, this community service is gonna be lower than that, but that, as of
Okay.
right now, it's $325.
Okay.
Some knockoff within community service.
Okay, and I'll still continue to do that. I can at least do, once a week, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. You're doing well. Keep it up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll set you for July 28th, 9 o'clock. Okay, on Jeremy McMillan, I had set him for today because there have been some issues raised. They asked, he went back to inpatient and is doing well, so Taylor asked me to continue it to the 30th, which I'm going to do that. I'll set his next review hearing for June 30th at 9 o'clock. That's case number 20, 2410, 14, 23, 41. Christopher Meade is here. 16, 4606. Seventeen, 936, and this should be actually on the sentencing docket because we do have a bond up. Okay, a pretty substantial payment. And this month you made a couple of payments. You got community service to do too. You got to get that done. Yes, sir. So I'm going to move you, rather than the reviews, you should be on the sentencing docket because you've got a bond. So today's fine, but your next hearing is going to be at 10 o'clock, not at 9 o'clock.
Oh, cool.
And I'll set it for July 28th. will be a sentencing hearing.
Yes, sir, thank you, Your
10
Honor.
o'clock, work on your community service too.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Carolyn Rayburn, 1218.
Motion to approve.
Yes. Case number is 1218, it was a check charge. I got a note in the file saying she's paid all restitution but not court costs yet. From Kira, April 20th, 2012. So this case has been around for a while. Okay, did you see the recommendation? They're recommending you get some counseling,
I have been actively going, yes.
and you're in agreement with that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Can you pay anything on your,
I can't today. I do get paid again on July 1st. I can
so
make
you
it.
are working now?
No, I'm not working. I'm receiving my disability right now.
Okay. Well, the main thing is your status with your counseling, so I'm okay with passing that. Just pay when you can. I'll set your next hearing for July 25th,
Thank you, Your Honor.
and it'll be at 9 o'clock for a reason.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. John Turman, 24,659. John Turman. John Turman has been called, hasn't done anything on his case, and he hasn't appeared today, so there'll be a warrant for failure to appear. Shane Ortiz,
He's on Zoom, Your Honor.
Present, Your Honor.
25,267, it's on an OBI charge. Community services done, and actually some extra towards your fine. Made a payment, pretty substantial payment here recently. Are you still at Pathways?
Yes, Your Honor, I have 2 more weeks here.
Okay, I need a report from them. I got a report in May the 6th.
There should be a report. I did call in and speak to the probation officer. I'm not sure if he's in there.
Your Honor, I believe he does have a report for Mr. Ortez today.
Okay. All right, the last report was good, so I'm going to assume that it's still good. If it's a problem, then I'll have Mr. Major get in touch with you. I'll set your next hearing for July 28th. Hopefully we can finish things up then.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on, I've got the report coming, so let me just take a quick look at it. Good screens, compliant with treatment. Says you're going to complete with them July 3rd. Okay, so if you, well, you still have some fines to pay. So once those get paid, that'll finish your case. If it's done by July 28th, your case will be completed then.
Your Honor, if I may, we looked him up this morning, and I believe that all his fines are paid, all his community services done.
Okay, so all I need is a letter of completion from Pathways. If I get that before July 28th, it'll be finished. You don't have to come back.
Wonderful, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. If we don't have the letter of completion, then you got to appear for that hearing July 28th.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll make sure Mr. Mayor gets it, or Officer Mayor, sorry.
All right, thank you. Okay, we're going to start the arraignment hearings now. Arraignment is what the hearings are called when it's the first appearance on a criminal charge, or we actually call the old cases. If you missed a hearing or did something that caused you to get a warrant, we're going to call you with those cases too. So when you're case is called, come up to the table to your right and stand there. I'm going to go over the charges with you. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney and to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a guilty plea or a no contest plea, you're waiving those rights. You should not waive your rights if any of these things apply to you. You don't understand what's happening. You're confused about the case. You want to talk to a lawyer. You want a trial on your case. You don't know what to do. If any of those things apply to you, you should enter a not guilty plea, not a guilty plea or a no contest plea. Not guilty is always the safest plea to enter when you're asked for a plea. Let's call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Holly Elkins, case number CRB 24.
You have a court hearing, you need a courtroom now. You have a court hearing, we need a courtroom now.
CRB 23-342.
This case was set for the 16th, which was Monday. You were not here then.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have an explanation for not being here?
Yeah, my car broke down right off the 52 Weston Bridge.
Okay, I think someone did report that.
Yeah, I called in and said
that you had a breakdown. You've done your community service, you just had to pay your fine?
yeah, and I'll be there tomorrow, and I'll be paying 30 Wednesday too.
Okay, you made a payment June the 11th. So, okay, no warrant will issue since you appeared today. And I'll just give you another review hearing date. July 21st will be your next review at 9 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Caitlin Moore, case number CRB 24337, CRA 24243, CRB 24244.
This is Mr. Morford's case, had been his case. I think you asked for him to be relieved as your lawyer back in April, and then it was set for a pretrial May the 12th. And I have a notation that you didn't appear at that time.
Yes, sir. I was on the Star Center. I have a copy of the paper. It came out all green, but my probation officer has the actual ones.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. So
I tried to print it off, but my printer was really wonky this morning.
You were incarcerated at Star?
Yes, sir.
This is a document from Star Community Justice Center, and it's out of our court from you. Your case was with Judge Ballard. You were discharged on June 17th. Okay. Let's put that in the file.
You can keep that one. I have my probation officer has the real copies. That was just on my phone, so I tried to bring you something.
Well, and you didn't want Mr. Morford to represent you. He was a court-appointed counsel. I think you had indicated you were going to hire a lawyer. Have you been able to do
yes,
that?
sir. My dad tried to reach out, but the lawyer stopped responding, apparently. So I'm not really sure. I've been incarcerated. I haven't been able to talk to anybody. My dad wasn't
Do you want
able.
to talk to Mr. Morford, or is he not even on the docket?
He's on the docket, but he's not here yet.
Okay. Do you want to talk to him again, or?
That would be fine.
Okay, we'll stick around.
Okay.
We'll recall this after you talk with him. He is on the docket. He hasn't appeared yet, so. Just have, see, Mr. Cooper will make sure he knows you're here when he comes in.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Katie Whitley, case number CRB 22767, CRB 22456.
Mr. Stratton's case, this had been set for Monday. It looks like Ms. Whitley was not here then.
Yeah, we talked about this on Monday, Your Honor, about babysitting issues.
Yes,
Okay,
my
explain.
aunt who was watching my son, she had went to the hospital with chest pains and I had to care for him and take him to the doctor that day.
Yeah. So, Your Honor, maybe we can speak about this case today.
Want to try it, pre-try it,
Yeah,
have it recalled later in the docket?
yes.
Okay,
that'd be
this
fine.
case will be recalled later in the docket as a pre-trial.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. I will go talk to him about it. So,
Ready to do the pre-trial now.
Okay. We're going to start the pre-trials now, so we need the lawyers and their clients to have pre-trials to come in the courtroom.
State of Ohio versus Justin Marshall, case number TRC 25771.
This is Mr. Each's case, it's set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, I've been able to provide Mr. Eaches with a little more discovery, and he has filed a suppression motion. I don't know whether he wants to review that motion in light of the new discovery or whether he wants to go ahead and set it for the motion hearing, but either way is okay with us.
Your Honor, this is a sheriff's deputy stop and hold for the patrol. Today, I just received the body cam from the deputy and a local officer who's on the scene. My preference would be to schedule it for a motion hearing, and if I feel the need to modify my suppression motion, I will do so timely. And Your Honor, I looked at Monday, July 21 and Friday, July 25, if either of those dates are acceptable.
25th is better for court, it's a trial already set for the 21st.
It's fine. Yeah, what time, Your Honor?
Noon. July 25th, I would suggest getting her earlier so you can pre-try it a bit, but we'll try to start with evidence around noon. It's early, it won't be before noon, we'll put it that way, depends on what the doctor said there. But I'll set it for evidence on a motion at noon, July 25th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy Bodmer, case number TRC 25376, A and B.
This is Mr. Smith's case set for pre-trial today, Jeremy Boggs.
Judge, sorry for talking. We've had several pre-trials. We're just at an impasse. I think we're just going to have to set a bench trial. We're hoping we could resolve it, but we're just too far apart at this point. Let me get my calendar up.
Did you file a motion, a suppression motion?
I did.
We're going to do that?
Well, yeah, actually, I did file a suppression motion.
So do you want the motion heard?
Yeah, let's have the motion, Judge. Yeah, he reminded me I should look at my file. I did file a suppression motion, so I guess this will be a pre-trial on the motion, so we will need a hearing date for the motion.
Okay, and what's the issue in the course of trial?
That there were no tests done. There was not reasonable grounds or probable cause to arrest him for an OVI. There were 0 tests done, and the driving wasn't terrible.
Okay, so the only issue for the motion is the probable cause of stop.
Correct, Judge. Well, I think the stop was good. I don't think there's reasonable grounds to arrest him for OVI. I believe he crossed the center line and,
I didn't cross the center line. Speeding.
speeding, I was speeding, Judge.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'm
but
really
the
not
motion
concerned.
doesn't go beyond just that, just the basis for the stop itself, does it?
There's no probable cause, there's no test at all.
Okay.
And I could amend it if you want me to, but it's basically, there is no, in our opinion, indicia of impairment, and there are no tests.
Well, it was marked as refused on looking at the report.
Yes, and he did not take any tests. Judge.
Okay, the date said I could do the motion hearing.
Yes, sir.
July 3rd, 11th, 14th.
Third is bad. 14th, I'm, as of now, scheduled to start a jury trial in front of Judge Ballard. Here, the 18th of July, I'm here.
Already trial set that.
Oh, is
And
there
the
a
second one for the 25th, so after that, it's the 28th of July. Works.
that far out? That should be fine. Yes, that works. That's
All
far
right,
enough.
July 28th for evidence on motion at 12 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cody Kingle, case number CRB 25104.
This is Mr. Smith's case set for pre-trial.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Okay, you're late.
My service is fine now. This is Jamie Biden, if you can hear me.
Yeah, we'll recall you when we're ready for you. You just hang on. Mute your
Okay,
mic.
so,
Mute your microphone.
thank you.
Your case was
If I leave you, I didn't hang up. Just want you to know we're in our service. If I leave
Mute
you,
your
I didn't hang up.
microphone. We're in the middle of court. Mute your microphone.
Well, it was 10 days suspended, but remember the judge was not happy about it. He wasn't willing to accept it. Well, we could set it for a trial.
Judge, this is one that we had spoken about. There was a negotiated potential plea. I don't think the victim was here that day. She's here today. You were concerned about the allegations of complaint without her being here doing that. She is here today. I don't know where we stand. I guess Mr. Hill could enlighten us as to where we stand with the victim's input.
Well, she does want the protection order to continue, and we had made an offer before that was discussed before the court and wasn't agreeable to the court, so we probably are left with needing to set it for a trial.
Well, unless she's, I mean, she wasn't here the last time. Unless she's on board with it, wants to do that.
What I proposed was a suspended jail sentence of 10 days. Nancy would go to jail. I think we better leave that. He would say that he would be on probation. Ready to answer, cause him to go to jail. Okay, so what had been proposed previously was, well, we had offered to amend it to menacing. It's aggravated menacing at this point, so I think we'd want it to stay aggravated menacing. And we would propose 30 days in jail suspended and probation and no contact order.
Judge, we are fine with that amendment, 30 days, M1, aggravated menacing.
Okay,
He's
now,
going to do that.
what's the situation with visitation and that sort of thing? What's going on there?
Okay. She says that he hasn't seen the children in a year and hasn't provided any help.
He just got a job and started paying child support.
Do you want to talk to Judge?
He will not see my children. I'm sorry. He will not talk to my children. He will not see my children. And every time prior that I had tried to reach out, his girlfriend had made threats and would not let me try to speak to him, won't let my children speak to him. It's a big issue with the girlfriend. I have made several police calls about the girlfriend. She just, I don't know if it's mainly her or him or what, but he will not talk to my children. It causes more hurt on them even seeing him today than it's worse. But
I see you have an Ashland, Kentucky address. Is that where you live?
not me.
Okay. Oh, he does?
Yes.
You live here?
Yeah.
I live in South Point, yes.
Okay. Has a court made any orders with regard to custody, visitation, that sort of thing?
I've tried to get a divorce and we had that in place once and it all got dismissed because my lawyer did not show up to court. So that I lost all of that at that point.
So you are currently still legally married to each other?
Yes.
And these children are all his?
Yes, these four are, and I have 2 other children too.
Judge, he indicates there is a child support action pending currently.
It's already, we've been paying it for years.
Okay, there is no divorce action, that is correct. There's apparently been 3 times the divorce was scheduled, but there is a child support action pending in Ironton.
Well,
His mother did just make a payment like last week because child support is after him. He's like several thousand behind. So we actually have court on that as well coming up.
well, I know this is all kind of complicated and unfortunately these children
Yes.
are involved. You should contact Southeast Ohio Legal Services in Portsmouth.
I have, and they wouldn't represent me.
Okay.
And I didn't have any money to hire another lawyer for a divorce.
My client says there is now garnishment, wage garnishment, wages are in place, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my
Well,
license
these
back
things
now.
are independent of each other. I mean,
Yes, yes.
he has a right to visitation. You're saying he's not really interested in exercising that. That's unfortunate. These children need their parents, and they need their parents to support them, and including their father.
Yes, absolutely.
So, there's been a request for a no contact order, so I can issue that subject to visitation. It sounds like that's not really a problem because he's not attempting to exercise.
He doesn't, like I said, prior to this, it was the girlfriend that had threatened me and threatened me. I have, reported that to police also several occasions. So she was a conflict there of even communicating about our children.
Okay.
She wouldn't let us.
Well, and if she makes threats against you, of course you can file a charge about that.
Yeah, I did, but where she lived in Ashland, they couldn't serve her. I went to court and everything on that.
Well, that's not true.
That's what
That's
I was
not
told,
true.
yes.
So, but I'm not the prosecutor or the,
Yeah, the
I can't
kids
be the
mainly get
prosecutor
hurt
or law
here.
enforcement, everybody wants, but that's not true. So, all right, so I'll go ahead and allow there's going to be a plea. I was concerned because the affidavit was very serious in terms of the threat, and that's why I wouldn't accept it before. I wanted to get your input, and I'm glad you're here to hear what you have to say. Mr. Ingalls, I would just encourage you to be a man and you've got these children that you brought into the world. You have an obligation to them legally and morally to support them as a father and a provider. So, I challenge you to do that. Otherwise, the rest of us, all of us, we have to pick up the slack for you, what you're not doing. And it's not the same. It's not the same for them. And it has a big impact on their life. So. Okay, on the, you have a right, sir, to say something.
I'm not going
Response, or
to,
you
I don't
have-
feel a lot of this was needed to be said, you know what I mean, so.
You mean what I said, or what?
No, what has been said out here in the courtroom.
No, it's very needed to be said.
No.
It's the most important thing to be said. These kids are the most important thing that the two of you have brought in this world. You two are adults. If you don't want to get along, that's okay. But you brought them here, sir, not of their own choosing, but you brought them here. You need to be a man and help take care of them and be a father to them. Anything else you want to say?
Oh, I said I shouldn't have, no, sir.
It's recording, not yet.
Everything we say here is on the record. $250 fine, court costs, 30 days in jail, all suspended. I'm going to urge you to do 30 hours of community service too, on the court's community service program. 2 years of level 4 probation. Review hearing, August 22nd. No contact order, subject to visitation. So I'm encouraging him to do visitation, but you don't need to contact Amanda about anything other than visitation. So if it's about the kids, you want to contact her, I'm okay with that. But you don't contact her about other stuff other than the children. He needs to meet with Mr. Major before he leaves today.
Send your paperwork around, let me just set up the new freeway. Well, yeah, you've also got to get a copy of this order.
This is no contact. You sign here and take here.
There's a no contact order.
Hang on, I'll give you a
Do I need
copy.
to sign it, just?
Yeah, sign it, please.
You took on Facebook, social media. It just says your acknowledgement of bond.
And they have a third party, his mom,
Just today?
communicate. Which one is
Well, today's the 26th, 20th.
it? 6.
That's your next hearing date. Don't pay attention to that. That's your next hearing date. Yeah, today's June 20th.
25.
Take it to the office on the left, take that with you. Here's your copy there.
State of Ohio, M.J. Lewis, case number TRC 25360 A, B, and C, and TRD 25704.
Mr. Smith's case, and Mr. Morford's on another case. 25704, Mr. Morford's on, 25360, Mr. Smith is on.
TRD case, is Mr. Milford here? Allegedly, you were driving after you got this OBI. So it does appear you had 3 days to respond to this. Stay in jail for the school, 3 days school.
What was this hammer?
Lewis, Ian Lewis, you have him on the suspended license charge.
Who do I got?
Ian Lewis.
Me. Oh, okay.
It's on the suspended
We both
license.
have
I got the OBI.
Should we, do we need 2 attorneys on this, or?
I'd be glad to defer to Mr. Smith, Your Honor.
Judge, I represented initially on the OBI, there's an allegation he was driving while he was suspended, and Mr. Morford. I don't mind taking on Mr. Morford, however you want to do it. I think one is better.
I think it makes more sense for Mr. Smith to do this since he had the OBI. That's what probably resulted in the suspension.
That's the allegation.
I'm assuming what happened, he came in for an arraignment, you weren't here, and Mr. Morford
I
got
would
his out. So
likely judge that is what happened.
I'm going to appoint Mr. Smith to handle both.
Thank you, Judge.
The suspension, Your Honor, his license was suspended already on the date he got the OVI. However, he did drive while the OVI was pending, and let's see here, it was a refusal, so his license was suspended because of that as well. What we would like to do is resolve everything today, and if he were to plead guilty to the OVI and the suspended license, we would not recommend the imposition of any jail time at this time, but we would ask for some extra community service and for him to do the VIP program and a fine that is appropriate for his circumstances.
I'm suspended from South Point for unpaid fines. I got the paperwork here.
You're also for refusal by the B&B. It's a 1-year suspension. That's the other problem.
Might as well.
Okay. Judge, based upon that representation, it doesn't involve jail time. It has some other penalties. My client will change his plea to guilty on both charges.
Is that correct, Mr. Lewis?
Yeah.
You have a right to make a statement if you wish. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, that ain't gonna help, so it doesn't matter.
You still have that right,
I
whether it
know.
helps or not.
I appreciate it.
Statement. Okay, on the, you've had some priors, but they were back some time ago, so it is considered a first offense at this point. But there was a refusal to take tests, and my standard policy on that, when you refuse to take tests, I give you $1,000 fine, so that's going to be $1,000. Or you pay the court costs. There'll be a 6-month license suspension, and it was started the date of the incident, which is February 24th. 20 days in jail, all suspended. 30 hours community service, 2 years of level 4 probation, has to go to the driver intervention program, 3-day program, that's mandatory.
I live in Ashland, Kentucky, so how's that? I don't have no license, no car now, so how am I gonna get here to do community service?
Bicycle, walk, have somebody bring you.
There's no way you can do community service in Ashland and have them transfer the papers? I was told by someone who works in the office back there that you can do that.
He can discuss it with me, Your Honor.
You can talk to Mr. Cooper, he's in charge of community service.
Right, right.
I'll set his review hearing for December the 19th of this year at 9 a.m. That's when you gotta show up and show what you've been doing to get this stuff done. If you finish it all, you don't have to show up.
Right.
It's just a check on your progress. He also, he had a driving under suspension with the OVI. So on that, I'll impose a $200 fine and 12 hours of community service and 5 days in jail suspended.
Level 4, what's that mean?
Set for the same review date and 2 years of level 4 probation on December 19th. It's the review. And then, okay. $25,704, which was the last driving under suspension, that was after he got the OVI. The officer says he warned you for speeding.
Taking my fiance to the hospital. We had a rental at the time.
Well, he didn't say anything about that.
Of course he don't.
I'll impose a $250 fine on that. Order you to pay court costs, 10 days in jail, suspended, another 30 hours of community service. So you got 72 hours of community service total to do. Same review hearing date, December the 19th. 9 o'clock. See Mr. Major in the probation office. He's in probation.
Thank you.
Left when you leave. Take care, Ian.
State of Ohio versus Jesse Lee Friend, case number CRA 25355. Your Honor, he has been picked up by West Virginia.
Okay, Jesse Lee Friend had an extradition.
All of you was picked up by West Virginia.
He's here in court, so I'm,
Not sure what's going on.
well, it's a little confusing. We've also got a case pending in common pleas court.
Well, he must have posted bond. He did post bond with Mr. Sowers.
He did.
Here in West Virginia.
You appeared in Mason County? Did you appear in Mason County at Point Pleasant?
No, they don't have any records of it. I was supposed to have appeared yesterday, but they don't have any records of it.
Did you confirm that? Who'd you talk to?
The case manager, that was Juneteenth.
He's, and I've not seen the warrant, I was made over by the court. Says his case manager told him there is no reason to go to Mason County. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have no.
Well, let's have the prosecutor, prosecutor's
Yeah.
staff and contact Mason County and see what their position is.
Tried to confirm yesterday, but it's Juneteenth. He could not get a hold of anyone in Mason County. Maybe we could recall it, Judge.
We'll recall it later in the docket.
We'll figure it out.
Jesse Friend, I've got a copy of the warrant in the court's file in Mason County.
And his
Case will
call.
be recalled.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Joshua T. Hamlin, case number CRB 25147.
Joshua Hamlin is Mr. Smith's case, pre-trial.
And his judge, may we approach?
Yes.
Just grab a seat.
We have a co-defendant there.
Oh, well,
Judge, may I be included in this?
Yes.
I have Crystal, I believe.
What's the
Related
name?
matter.
What's the name on your
Crystal.
Crystal? Lovely?
Hamlin.
Hamlin, Crystal Hamlin.
State of Ohio versus Crystal Hamlin, case number CRB 25148.
Okay. But it isn't my first, I'm sure it'll be just going to talk about. It's not my call. I don't know what it is. Okay. All right, so we're going to pass this for another pretrial. I'll probably not be the judge. I don't know who will be at that point, but we'll let the Supreme Court make that decision. So let's go, I'm thinking at least a month out, and then whoever is assigned can adjust it, but we'll keep it on the docket that way.
I am here July 18th, which is just less than a month.
Mr. Moore?
I believe I'm free then too, Judge. Give me 1 second, please.
Or Monday, the 21st, either of those 2 dates.
I'm free both dates, Judge.
Okay, let's go with the 18th, July 18th. Clerk will make the appropriate request to the Supreme Court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Cody K. Nolan, case number CRB 25250.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, if it please the court, this is a situation in which we needed to confer with Children's Services. It became involved because it's a child endangering charge. And I spoke with the caseworker on the case, who's Jeremy Leap, and he explained that this was a situation that they felt that they had remedied the issue. This gentleman was out, I guess, mowing the grass or something like that. One of his kids got out of the house and strayed away. But he said that it didn't appear to the agency that there were any substance abuse issues or anything like that, or mistreatment of the children. It was just one of those things. So they had him put an alarm of some sort on the door, and he felt that that remedied the situation and that this gentleman was actually a decent person. So we're okay with dismissing the charges today.
Case will be dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Shauna Short, case number CRB 2582. Shauna Short.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
You got our scores?
I think we understand.
Supposed to return in approximately a month.
Mr. Ashworth, we're going to call your case next.
Is your grandfather here today?
No, he's elderly.
Okay.
She's his caretaker.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get an updated report and make sure, there's something else from ODP.
Judge, the report I have is dated May 19th. She had an appointment for the 16th of June, but she was in the hospital. Do you have one? Is it rescheduled yet?
No, I got to reschedule it.
Okay. Let's do that and get
I
that.
have a report from ODP May 5th. That's the last one.
I've got May 19th, Judge. It says we'll return approximately a month. She was scheduled, but was in the hospital. Maybe the next time. We're working towards a dismissal and either return the gun to the grandfather or forfeiture. But hopefully next time with an updated report, it can be resolved.
Okay. What's your availability 1st of July?
First part, Judge. I am here the 7th or the 11th or the 18th.
Let's do the 11th.
11th.
July 11 will be the next hearing, will be pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Please kind of get a cover. It's not your fault. Please just.
State of Ohio versus Tricia Kessinger Mullins, case number CRB 18318. Tricia Kessinger Mullins.
All right, Mr. Ashworth is the prosecutor on this case. And Mr. Mark, Wilford, you're going to be representing.
I am, Judge. I was contacted less than an hour ago about representing her, and I've agreed to represent her. I, of course, haven't seen the case or anything.
Okay, there's been no communication then with you, Mr. Ashworth.
No, Your Honor.
And, well, Mr. Ashworth, are you wanting to go forward with this case? What's your position on it?
Yes, Your Honor, we're forward with the case. I'll have a conversation with Butch. I think there's a, most likely there's a resolution that can be had quickly.
Okay. What's your availability to reach out? Mr. Ashworth, you know what your schedule is?
It's a little thorny, Your Honor, but I can.
We'll work with you. Please give me a date that works for you.
The 18th?
The 18th of July.
Yes, sir, that'll be fine. That's available to the court.
It is July 18th, 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Ashworth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Christopher L. Smith, case number CRA 2580.
Mr. Smith's case, pretrial.
It is, Your Honor. We have finally got the Indiana situation taken care of. I have a copy. We did appear in Albion, Indiana, regarding the bench where if I may approach.
Yes. Well, is the state satisfied with this?
I haven't even looked at it, Your Honor, but I can.
Okay. Well, I would feel better if somebody contacted them. I mean, it's signed by somebody, and it really doesn't, it's not a separate document, it's a bench warrant, it just says it's served. I would like to have some confirmation of the warrants. So let's recall, let's try to get that done. Confirm that there's no outstanding warrant, and then we can dismiss it here.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Stanley, case number CRB 25225, CRB 25227.
This case for pretrial.
Yeah, Judge, we've had, well, a couple, 3 pre-trials now. We are just not getting any traction either way. I will need a bench trial there, please.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing.
Need a bench trial. We've been having a couple, 3 pre-trials. We're just not, unfortunately, heading towards some type of meeting of the minds, and we're at the point.
And can both these cases be tried together?
They could be, Judge. They're same as 2 different victims.
Okay, well, the dates I've got available for setting trial, July 3rd, 7th.
I can do the 7th, Judge. The 3rd I'm not available, but the 7th I am available.
All right, July 7th for trial at 12 p.m.
July 7th. You're good to go. Yeah, you're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Sharon Meadows, case number CRB 25374. Your Honor, that's an arraignment.
Ma'am, you are Sharon Meadows?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Meadows, domestic violence charge has been filed against you. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Were you here when I explained the rights that defendants have? Do you have any questions about that? The charge against you is that at Rome Township on June 19, 2025, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Marcus Fox, and that Marcus is either a member of your family or lives in your household. Maximum penalty for this is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Okay, so apparently there's charges against him also. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes.
You have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work at Food Fair in Parkville.
Are you paid by the hour? How much per hour?
$10.50, $10.75, I think.
I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. Not guilty plea is entered. She has posted a bond.
Okay.
So the bond's continued. Let me ask you this, do you want, see, what's the other gentleman's name? Marcus Fox, do you want him ordered to stay away from you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You guys look together.
So we'll make mutual protection orders. I'll order you to stay away from him, and him to stay away from you while it's pending. Your bond is continued.
There's that somewhere. I mean, this is gonna have, she's making 2 calls to different courts right now. And then she's gonna
So
have to
I'm
do
not sure
this.
what will happen with him if he's gonna get out. You all, does he have a separate place to live from you?
Yes, I live with his brother-in-law. I live with his mom.
And he doesn't live there, doesn't have to live there? Okay. All right, what's your schedule coming up, Mr. Stratton?
It's all over the place, Your Honor, so if you just give me a date, I'll see if it fits. I have my dates listed here.
How about the 11th of July?
Yeah, perfect. Good.
Next hearing will be July 11th for a pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, we're gonna need her to stay around to sign the protection order. It'll be just a
Yes,
few
you'll have
minutes.
sign protection.
Yeah, I'll have her stick around, so let's walk outside first.
State of Ohio versus David A. Campbell, case number CRB 25378.
Court was supposed to call.
Mason County.
Yeah, when we get to
Sir, you're David Campbell.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're being served a copy of the complaint right now. It's a domestic violence charge. And you were here when I explained
Yes, Your
the
Honor.
defendants. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
The charge was June 17th in Fayette Township. You knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Jamie Campbell, and that she's either a member of your family or household. So the maximum penalty for this is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you wish to plead to it?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you working?
I'm retired.
You get a pension or do you have any income coming?
VA, Social Security, disability.
Okay, how much is that a month?
My disability, I get $1,200 a month,
Okay,
but I pay child support too.
you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. All right, Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you.
Good.
I think, has there been a bond posted?
Yes, I bonded out, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that'll be continued. So protection order requested.
I can't hear, I'm sorry.
No, and she does not request a protection order. And Your Honor, this is not the first time that these two have been here. under similar circumstances. And I've learned a little bit about the situation. Previously, I think it was discussed that this gentleman is a veteran and has some lasting issues because of that, and it causes some problems within the home. However, he has a very sympathetic wife who wants to see him do better. She wants us to dismiss the case now, and I said to her that I wasn't willing to do that today. I don't know if his condition is something that's just going to be ongoing forever. I have sympathy for that, but I'm sure he's got to be tired of being before the court. So we want to track him, make sure that he's getting his services from the VA, and that they're doing as much for him as possible.
He's about to send you a letter.
Yeah.
My therapist is about to send a letter, Your Honor.
I've also been told by his spouse that having to come to court is even more stressful, causes worse problems than not coming to court. And I just don't know how to address that.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Well, what are you going to say? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to further elaborate on that my husband does suffer from a TBI and PTSD. He did 4 tours. He is a war veteran. I mean, he does have mental health issues, and he is going to therapy, he is going to treatment. And I explained to Mr. Held here that keeping him in the court system just increases the stressors and the paranoia and things of that nature, and it's more detrimental to his mental health to be within the court system than to be out. And I spoke to his therapist while we were here, because I explained that to him, and his therapist is in the process of emailing an official medical statement stating what I have just stated as well.
Well, I'm reading the affidavit, and I'm assuming you're the one that called the police?
No, actually, I'm not the one that called the police.
Who called the police?
I did, Your Honor.
Actually, he
did? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems like it was a pretty agitated situation, according to what I'm reading in the affidavit, if it's correct. I mean, I don't make the charges. That's what the prosecutor's job is, decide what charges are filed.
Right.
So,
but we've
I'm not going to dismiss it over their objection. I'm not going to say, oh, you're right, ma'am, I'm going to dismiss it. There is a basis for the charge in the affidavit if these allegations are correct. So I'm going to allow the pen. I mean, I think what the prosecutor is recommending is very reasonable, and I do now remember Mr. Campbell that he is a veteran, and apparently he's availing himself at least somewhat of services available to veterans, and there are a lot. And we have a lot of veterans that come to this court.
Yes,
I have a pretty good relationship with the VA.
Yes, Your Honor.
We have a very good facility locally at
Yes,
Spring Valley, and they provide a lot of services. And I feel like they're very professional.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he can and should avail himself of the services that are there. I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
I agree, Your Honor. And he has been in treatment. He's been in therapy. He's doing well. I have a relationship with his therapist. He has a relationship, and it has been going well.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow the case to pen.
Okay.
And as I understand it, he's agreeing that he will continue with services at the VA.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we actually have a liaison, Ms. Rayburn, with the VA. I'm going to tell her that this case is pending, and that she will be very good about giving me updates as to what you're doing. So I want you to get the help you need, and that there's no further problems, and that you and your wife have a great life, and
thank you.
Don't have to come back to court anymore. But I also, with this allegation in front of me, if I just, over the state's objection, dismiss it, and then you wind up getting hurt,
I understand.
I'm going to be on the hook.
I do
Because
understand.
I was on notice that there's a problem, and I didn't address it.
I understand.
Okay. So, I would say come back in about a month, Mr. Morford.
Yes, Judge.
Let him go to the VA.
And I would also like to drop the protective order. Do we do that now? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm not issuing one at your request.
Okay, thank you.
So let's go about a month out and set a hearing, and then we'll get a report from the VA as to what he's doing and how he's doing it.
Okay.
About the 21st of July.
I'm here then, Your Honor.
Okay, July 21st will be the next hearing, pre-trial. We're looking for a report from the VA. And I'm going to send this to Ms. Rayburn right now by text.
Make sure you're doing everything.
At 10 p.m.
Okay, July 21st is the next hearing. Let's hold that for you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, he says he did. It's not involved.
We're good.
I just marked it. It's out there.
Albion, Indiana. I don't remember the guy's name, but I want you to know.
Okay.
It's the guy. It's Walter's case. Oh, that's
State of Ohio versus Danielle Ham, case number CRB 25298, A, B, C, and D. I believe she is on Zoom.
Mr. Morford is the attorney. She's at Bethesda, and I did get a report. Ms. Taylor Taylor is not here today, but she sent me a text saying that Ms. Ham is doing well. So, let's, I would say, continue to monitor her.
I'm at the counseling center, Your Honor.
Oh, I thought you were let me see, maybe I got my text confused. Did you get one from Ryan Carter? Yes, it was from Ryan, not Taylor. Okay, anything else? He does say that you're doing well.
I can't really hear.
He says you're being compliant, this is the report I have from the counseling center.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's going well.
Good. July 21st, Mr. Morford?
That's fine, Judge.
July 21st will be your next hearing.
Okay.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Rebecca L. Hamlin, case number CRA 25168.
Hey, Butch.
copy of the charge. It's a possession of drugs charge. It alleges Fayette Township, this is an older charge, January 17th of 2025, you knowingly were in possession of methamphetamine, a Schedule II substance. That's a felony 5, maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. That's the only charge. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
You have the money to hire a lawyer?
No.
You have a job?
No, I stay at home with my children.
Okay. What's your household? You have a husband or someone that works in the household, or?
Yes, my fiance.
Okay. What's the household income? What does he do?
Construction.
Are the children his?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll have to determine your household income if you want a court-appointed lawyer. Do you know what your gross income is?
3,000? I don't, I really don't.
3,000, what time frame?
A month,
Huh?
probably.
How many children do you have?
2 living at home.
Is Mr. Strider here?
No.
He had some cases today. All right, I'll appoint Mr. Smith.
Checking on the warrant situations on the other two, Judge, sorry.
Has any lawyers talked to Luke Steyer?
Oh, I have, Judge. Mr. Bennett, Mr. Davis, he texted, wondering if I could cover. I'm waiting for availability on, it sounds like I might have to reset his cases.
Your Honor, Mr. Steyer did mention in court that he would be out for a period of time.
I don't recall that.
I'm sorry, I thought he advised the court. I said I'd stand in.
All right, I'm appointing you to represent Ms. Hamlet's in F5 possession.
Okay.
What's the state's position on bond?
If Ms. Hamlin would be amenable to being assessed for treatment, we would be okay with no R bond.
Yeah, I have a medical card. Yes, sir.
She has an Ohio medical card, Your Honor. So that should help as far as treatment. You want to get an assessment. You can sign a signature on it. Don't have to go to jail.
Oh, no, I don't want to go to jail. No, I don't want to do that.
You agree to have the assessment done.
What's this?
Driving test. Driving.
Like a meeting or something?
We'll do it here today. Somebody will do it today. It's not a signature. You don't want to do that. Judge, she will do that.
Okay, you have a Chesapeake address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, RRS? Okay, RRS, which is in Chesapeake, will assess you for treatment, and I want you to do whatever they set up for you as a condition of your bond. You're charged with a felony, so felonies can go to common police court, first go to the grand jury for an indictment. So it wasn't said, but what I understand the state is willing to do is if you go to treatment and are successful, case will not go to the grand jury, you will not get indicted, you will stay here, go to treatment, and if you're successful, then the case will be dismissed.
What is I'm not really familiar with anything about this stuff. What is the treatment that you're referring to?
Well, when you talk, counseling, you may be would be subject to testing, to see what's in your system.
Okay.
The whole idea is to get you clean.
What am I not doing?
They're going to tell us.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just.
The judge and I can't, but they're going to talk about
Okay.
it, do an assessment.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so get your assessment. If there's a problem, then let's bring it back in. We'll talk about it. But
Sure.
assuming she's agreeable to what's going to be recommended, then I'll let her sign a signature bond of $2,000.
Your Honor, will she need to be fingerprinted?
I think she was. Looks like there's.
No, I didn't receive a ticket or
No, she
anything,
wasn't.
that's why I don't know.
Yes. So you'll have to go to the jail and take the form that Mr. Cooper's going to give you to be fingerprinted before the next hearing. What's your availability, and do you want to go beyond the 15 days? Or?
Please, Judge, the 7, 11, or 18th of July will work for me without checking my calendar.
Let's do July 11th. Will be the next hearing. Preliminary. So Mr. Cooper will bring you back a form you need to take to Orange County Jail to give to the deputies there, and they'll fingerprint you. That's mandatory now. Anything else, Mr. Hewitt?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Did you talk to somebody today?
State of Ohio recalls Caitlin Moore, number CRB 24337, CRA 24243, CRB 24244.
All right, this was Mr. Morford's case. It had been set for a trial in April, then that didn't happen. It got set for a pretrial. In between that time, I think Ms. Moore got incarcerated at Star. She's now completed at Star. She's back.
Yes, Judge, I wanted to make sure that I had been relieved of my duties.
Well, you had, but she hasn't hired another counsel, so I'm probably going to reappoint you unless she tells me she's going to hire.
I would like to hire somebody else. I've just only been here 2 days, or I would probably feel more comfortable representing myself even.
Okay. Let's set it, I'll give you a chance to, so you're still thinking you may hire somebody?
Yes, sir.
And think you're relying on your family to do that for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Or
At this
I
point,
would
you're not sure that's
represent
gonna happen.
myself. Right, well, yes, sir.
Well, let's set it for another pretrial.
Okay.
And then if it hadn't happened then, I'm just gonna set it for a trial.
Okay.
And if you want to represent yourself, you can, but it's not recommended that you represent yourself.
Right.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set it for Thursday, July 3rd, for a pretrial. And you're going to let us know for sure then if you're going to get another lawyer.
Okay.
Or if we're just going to set it for trial and you're going to represent yourself.
Okay.
Or I would consider if you, I took it from what you just said, you don't want me to reappoint Mr. Morford.
No, sir.
Okay. Pretrial, July 3rd at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you very much.
State of Ohio, Carlos Hernandez, case number CRB 25361. Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Hernandez was picked up on twice.
I appointed, this was arraigned on Monday, Mr. Stratton was appointed, he was subject to an ICE detainer, and apparently he has been taken by ICE and is no longer in jail. So
Right.
charges here will be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus John C. Henry, case number CRB 25139.
So Mr. Stratton, stay set for pretrial.
Yeah, okay, great.
He's been at ODP.
You were Western Regional, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Approach, John.
Okay, it's a good report.
Yeah.
What's the plan here as far as going forward? It's a misdemeanor possession.
Yeah.
Arose in March, so perhaps more compliance and then eventually is the state willing to dismiss it?
That's the thought, my thought, at least.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, let's go 2 months. He's done, every one of his reports have been good so far.
Yeah.
Let's go into August for his next hearing and bring us a report just like you have been. Continue with your treatment. You have dates in August of the
Any date except the 4th and the 11th.
The 8th of August?
Yep, that'll work.
August 8th will be the next hearing.
I'll listen.
Trial, 10 o'clock.
All right.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Keeper C. Wilson, case number CRB 25-162.
Aren't you
Stratus case.
Did you? Yeah.
Back to next weekend because I'm fine.
Okay.
Present, so I got to put mine to next Wednesday.
But you had an assessment done at OVP, correct?
Yeah, I was looking to make a minute.
Yeah.
We were
Oh,
trying to drop the protection.
but he would do that too.
All
All right. Wednesday, next one?
Yes, that's what I'm going to see, yes.
That protection order hearing is rescheduled next Wednesday.
Okay. Your Honor, at a previous time, we had discussed the fact that the alleged victim in this matter, Brooklyn Badgett, she was here and she didn't want the charges pursued any further. And we were willing to discuss a dismissal if there was completion of anger management counseling by Mr. Wilson. And also, Brooklyn Badgett has a civil protection order. And we wanted her to go to the common police court and get that dismissed if she didn't need it any further. So it's my understanding, first of all, that the protection order hearing is scheduled for when is it?
Wednesday was rescheduled. They wanted to hear from, he's at OVP now. So he wants to, the court wanted to hear from his counselor.
Got a report in the file dated May 28th.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants a copy of that to take to his hearing.
He wants him there in person so he can talk to him.
Oh, there's that, so.
I'm sorry.
I went Wednesday to Ironton Court. He wants the counselor there in person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, so he's gonna complete that, and that'll take care of this case, and then protection order hearings Wednesday, so we'll just need to probably reschedule it.
Okay, when he's down there, he's gonna need to go across the street and he needs to get fingerprinted.
Oh, okay.
And he needs a copy of that. This is what he needs to take with him, and I need. Is that his copy or not? I need a copy made to give to him.
I got a copy of this. Okay, so I'll go make a copy of that here in a
And
second.
then, when do you want to come back?
When do you think you'll be done with?
It's 9 more weeks.
You say 9 more weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a while.
It takes a minute, Your Honor, so,
It says it's a 12-week program.
yeah, so he's got about 9 more weeks, so.
August 1st?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so August 1st.
August 1st will be the next
Right,
hearing.
don't leave yet, just go out there in the hallway, I'll be right out. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Katie Whitley, recall, case number CRB 22-767, CRB 22-456.
Your Honor, I think that we need to set this for pretrial and another pretrial and see what your alleged victims have to say.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I believe the state's probably going to need to subpoena the alleged victim in this case, so whenever the state thinks would be a good date to set it.
I don't know that we have to subpoena anybody. I mean, we can talk to the victims. What we had spoken about in the past was that Miss Whitley would be assessed for some treatment. And apparently, I don't know whether that ever happened or not, but she didn't appear on the 16th, on Monday. Yeah. She's here today, so, I mean, there's two separate victims, and they both want her to have treatment. So if she doesn't want to do that, we can go in another direction.
We dealt with this before, Your Honor. She's had an assessment. They assessed you do not need treatment, correct?
Right.
Okay, and then...
Who was that?
Who was that assessed you?
I don't know.
You were assessed for treatment and...
Oh, no.
You were
No,
not-
I don't have insurance. We talked about it. I screened here.
She did do
I screened clean.
on May 3rd.
And both victims didn't want to pursue anything. The alleged victim in the assault case, it was a push. It's my boyfriend's mother.
Don't explain it all the way.
Sorry.
So, Your Honor, she screened clean that day, so I think we just need to set it and have them make sure that the alleged victims are here, and then for the state to make a decision on how they want to proceed with it.
Okay.
We'll have it resolved.
18th of July.
18th, yeah, that would.
July 18 will be, the next hearing will be pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay.
Your Honor, we're ready to go to Lawrence County Jail.
We've got hearings to do at the jail by teleconference.
State of Ohio versus Stanley D. Bennett, case number CRA 25-342, CRB 25-343, CRD 25-13-19, CRB 23-163. Marissa Floyd is on deck.
And this is Mr. Steyer's case. This is one of the ones we were waiting on GPS monitoring.
That was the note I got from Mr. Steyer. We were going to inquire about the GPS monitor.
I was hoping we'd have one by now. Let's get Mr. Major in the courtroom. Need John Major in the courtroom, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Status on GPS monitoring.
I haven't called today, but I believe that those four that we talked about being transferred to Carl Bowen's office should have came off, so we should be having some available, at least one, I would think.
Can you check on that?
I will, Your Honor.
Recall?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dennis, we'll recall you. We're checking to see. There should be a monitor available today. So. Okay, thank you, Judge. We'll recall.
State of Ohio versus Marissa A. Floyd, case number TRD 24-1486, and Marcus Fox is on deck.
Marissa somebody, and also, I don't know what happened to my rubber band on this.
Marissa Floyd. That's you, ma'am? You're Marissa Floyd. I'm Judge Capper at the Orange County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This looks like it was an old case of driving under suspension that you had failed to appear for. And never got arraigned on it. So the allegation is on July 17th of 2024 at 9:25 a.m. in Rome Township, you were driving a vehicle while your license was suspended. That's an unclassified misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 500 hours of community service and a $1,000 fine. According to the citation, you were ordered to appear in traffic court on July 23rd at 4 p.m. in this court in Chesapeake, and that you failed to appear. And when you failed to appear, a warrant got issued, and it looks like you got arrested on warrant. So, do you understand the charge against you?
I do.
You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, they're all on the record. They can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney. I can't appoint one for you, though, because the only reason you're in jail is for not appearing. This case is not a jailable offense. If you come to court, you couldn't have got jail time, and I can't appoint a lawyer for people who are not facing jail time.
Okay.
You have a right, though, to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes.
How do you plead to this charge?
Guilty.
That means you're admitting it's true.
I'm sorry, what, honey?
It means when you enter a guilty plea, and it may seem obvious, but it means you're admitting the charge is true. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so let me look. The officer wrote a statement to the court that says, sitting stationary County Road 107, saw a white Chevrolet drive by. I ran the plates. The plates came back to a suspended driver, Marissa Floyd, and I looked at the DMV image. I guess they got pictures of us now on the DMV website, and it matched who the driver was. So I made a traffic stop at the Marathon off of County Road 107 and 411, asked her if she wasn't registered under the vehicle. She said yes. And I notified her that her license was suspended. She called a friend to drive her home. She was given a citation for driving under suspension.
Yeah, I was just parked there, but I didn't know I was supposed to have time to get home.
Okay, why didn't you come to court when you were supposed to?
I went to the hospital.
Well, have you been hospitalized since,
No, I wasn't hospitalized. My mom died, and I just haven't really come back from that. That's my fault. No excuses. That's just life.
how long you been in jail now?
I just got here last night.
Okay. It's not a good place to visit, is it?
No, I'm not suited for this.
Well, and you recommend to everyone when they get a citation, they come to court so they don't have to go to jail, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's a few people here watching you and listening to, you know, it's hard to learn from other people's mistakes, but sometimes you can learn from other people's mistakes. So when you get cited into court, it's probably a good idea to come, and if you can't come, get in there as soon as you can after the time that you missed the date. Otherwise, you wind up having stuff like this happen to you.
I understand.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
No, just that I'd like to go home and see my daughter because it's her birthday.
Okay. Did you get your license back?
I haven't, I've been working on it though. I just have to pay a few more fines I can't afford yet.
Okay. Well, at least you did have insurance on your vehicle, so that's good.
Yeah.
And this is going to put a few more points on your record. I don't know why you were suspended, but it looks like you got something in Cabell County is one thing I'm showing. You got a suspension in Cabell County.
That.
And
They said it was Proctorville that had suspended, but Proctorville said they didn't, so I assume it must have been the Cabell County thing.
yeah, I had two suspensions for you. One from Proctorville Mayor's Court and one from
Well, I took care of that, just gotta take care of other fines now to finish getting it back.
Okay, well, you have to, it's not self-reinstating either. Like if you missed a hearing and got suspended because of it, you gotta get back with the DMV and jump through their hoops to get your license back. It just doesn't automatically happen.
I know, I already got to the one in, Jackson, and they were helping me figure out what to do.
Okay, I'll impose a $200 fine, which is more than you would have got if you would have come to court back in July of '24, but you gotta get something. You got a day in jail, which you wouldn't have got.
Yeah.
So $200 fine and court costs, and you got the day in jail. So that's pretty good punishment for a non-jailable offense. So what I'm going to do, I'll set this for a review hearing. I'll put her on level 5 probation, set it for a review hearing. And I don't want you to go to jail. You seem like a nice person and not the type of person that should be sitting in the jail. But if you don't do what you're ordered to do, that's the only choice we got, is for you to go to jail. So you're getting a fine and court costs. If you pay it, you'll never have to see the jail. If you don't pay it and then blow off this review hearing date, I'm giving you December the 19th, then you'll get another warrant. And this could all happen again, that you go to jail for not taking care of it, not coming to the review hearing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it ain't going to go away. It isn't disappearing. You have to take care of it. If you forget what you got to do, we have phones here at the court. You can call and ask what you got to do. You can go online. I mean, everybody has a smartphone or a laptop. You can go online, pull up the court's website, put your name in. It'll show you your case and what you have to do and when you have to do it. No excuses.
Yes, sir.
There are no excuses. That warrant will happen automatically if you don't take care of it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you'll get out here in a little while once they get the paperwork processed and sent down, so you'll get discharged from jail.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Marcus Foltz, case number CRB 25375, and Charles Holly is on deck.
Sir, are you Marcus Falks?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Falks, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake, Ohio. You are appearing in the court on a monitor, and probably 50 people sitting here watching you right now. So everything you say is being recorded, your image, what you say is all going on the record. So you don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, it can be used against you if you admit something about your case. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state of Ohio prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand the charge, or the rights you have. You understand your rights? You understand your rights, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to go over the charge with you. It's a domestic violence charge, and it alleges that on June 19th in Rome Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Sharon Meadows, who's a member of your family or household. Domestic violence carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed?
Please.
You have a job?
I do.
What do you do?
I work for ABC Pro Engineering. We hang gutters and do soffit, siding, hanging.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much per hour?
15.
How many hours a week?
Between 35 and 45, depending on the rain, and, you know.
Okay. Do you have dependents?
I've got my girlfriend, Marissa's Lloyd, and then I've got our baby, and then I'm the only one working. So they all depend on me pretty much, yeah.
She's my son's mom. I don't even live at that home. I don't.
Who has Sharon? You?
I have Sharon.
Okay. I'll appoint Mr. Smith to represent you then. He's here in the courtroom. Mr. Smith's going to be your attorney. Do you have a phone number where Mr. Smith can reach you, Mr. Fox?
It's a 220-240-7698.
And I think we set that for July 11th, wasn't it?
We set that for July 11th, yes.
I'm available that day, Judge.
I'm setting your next hearing, Mr. Fox, for July 11th as a pretrial. And you don't live then with Ms. Meadows?
No.
Okay, I'm ordering you to stay away from her. She's ordered to stay away from you, and you're ordered to stay away from her.
That's perfectly fine, yes, sir. I wouldn't even been there that night if I knew she was home. I thought she was
Hang on. Don't talk about the case.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to talk to you in private. We'll talk.
I'm the mother, can I say something? please?
No.
Probably better not.
Well, she lives with me.
Ma'am, you're out of order. You're not allowed to talk out.
But you and I are going to talk in private. I got your phone number. We got to talk about bond now.
You can talk to, she has a lawyer, Mr. Stratton, if you want to talk to him. You can, or you can actually talk to Mr. Smith if you want, but that probably doesn't make any sense. All right.
Yeah,
I'm going to, Mr. Fox, I'm going to set an OR bond for you of $2,000 and a not guilty plea, so you're ordered not to go around Ms. Meadows or contact her. Don't post things about her. Just stay away and let things die down. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, absolutely.
And then be back in court, be in court on July the 11th at 10 o'clock for your next hearing.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
I will have some of my office call you, get you an appointment before the 11th to come in, and we'll talk, okay?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay.
So I'll be released today?
You will. Unless you got an order from another court that I don't know about, which could happen.
No, I mean,
Okay. All right, then you should get out today.
thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Charles D. Hawley, case number CRB 25377, and Jared Merritt is on deck.
Sir, are you Charles Hawley?
Yes, sir.
It's been a full moon this past week. Mr. Hawley, you got a domestic violence charge.
Pardon?
You have a domestic violence charge filed against you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I'm going to go over it with you.
Okay.
First, I got to make sure you understand your rights. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney and to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, I do.
Okay, domestic violence charge alleges that at Perry Township on June 17th, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Amy Hawley, and that Amy either is a member of your family or lives in your household. It carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, I do.
What plea do you want to enter?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I'm on 15, I'm retired. I'm on Social Security.
Social Security is your only income?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Stratton, I'll go with you.
Your Honor, it looks like there's another charge.
I don't have it. What is it?
368, it's a missing charge. Just
An old card?
It's from June the 10th.
June 10th.
Who's the lawyer now?
We haven't arraigned him yet.
Oh, okay. I'll need to get that file. Apparently he's got another charge he's never been arraigned on.
It's the same one.
Yeah, two victims on this charge.
Charles E. Hawley. Yeah, looks like the same address. And it was a menacing, aggravated menacing. we'll need to, yeah, I don't have that. Those are out there. What's the case number on it? 25-368. So, Mr. Hawley, you also have an aggravated menacing charge alleging that you committed aggravated menacing June the 10th. I'm going to appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you on that charge also. I'll enter a not guilty plea on that.
What did this happen at? What did you say this happened at? The minutes, Mark.
That I don't know.
Is this all presented at the same time here?
I don't know that either.
Mr. Hawley, I don't know that yet, and I don't think the court really knows that
I don't have the actual charge in front of me yet.
So, I think we should just deal with seeing if we can get you out of jail today. That's the first thing.
What's the state's position on bond?
I got a doctor's appointment at 3 o'clock, and there was that goes down in my throat, and see what's wrong with my tummy. I was in a bad car wreck, and broke my back 3 places. And,
All right, Mr. Hawley, well, let's see if we can get you out, okay?
I think there's some concern that there are drug issues involved in this. These are all family members or close to family members.
Well,
Mr. Hawley, wait, just wait 1 second, let him speak, and then we'll deal with it.
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, if I may, their new charges are on their way. They're still working on them.
Okay.
The other charges.
So you want to recall it, Your Honor?
No, we got it. Oh, something else.
But Vivian doesn't have it for the court.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Excuse me.
She's working on it now.
But you have the charge. Can you make a bond recommendation on the whole package now? Or?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, we just feel like that if he's going to be released, it ought to be some sort of treatment, or at least to be assessed for that, and then make a determination as to where he should go.
I think Mr. Hawley, would you be okay with getting an assessment done? Sounds like he has some doctor's appointments that he has to deal with.
Yeah, I have doctor's appointment. Been seeing doctors for about 4 months now.
Okay, would you be okay with the drug assessment?
I don't care, yeah, that'd be fine.
Your Honor, he would.
That'd be fine.
We can have somebody call down there and get an assessment before he's released, and then he sounds like an important doctor's appointment today.
Okay. RRS is willing to do that. You have a medical card, Mr. Hawley?
No, I don't.
How do you pay for medical services?
Well, the car wreck, in that car wreck, they're paying for that. All they are paying for that.
Well, they're not going to pay for this.
Yeah, I know that.
You're on Medicare?
No, I'll get Medicare for next year. I'm 65, I'm 64 now. But I get my Medicare when I'm 65.
Your Honor.
I thought are you getting Social Security though, or?
Yeah, I'm going to Social Security now, but I can't get my Medicare until I'm 65. I had to take a 3-year early retirement.
I would assume that he would qualify for it.
He's getting Social Security disability. He should have.
No, I don't just get on regular Social Security.
Oh, okay, he's on regular Social Security.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't get my Medicare until I'm 65.
You still want to talk to him? Or?
I'm 64 now, so I got a regular 65.
Okay, I'm going to have someone call down and talk to you. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to enter a protection order for you to stay away from
That's fine.
Amy Hawley.
The names?
Are you living with Amy Hawley?
No, I don't live with her.
Okay. Well, I now have the other charge. The other charge is an aggravated menacing. It's Robert Scott Osborne is the person that's alleged that he menaced, and that this is June 10th in Perry
The
County.
same day, right? Same thing, don't same page.
We're not for sure, Mr. Hawley. I'm not.
No, it's a different day.
Different day.
He was there when this happened.
Yeah, let's not get into the details of the case. Let's just deal with what we need to deal with today.
Okay.
Okay, Okay, so I'll enter a not guilty plea as to both.
Okay.
Right.
Can I get a phone number from him, Your Honor, too?
You have a phone number where your lawyer can reach you?
My phone is in my stuff here, police or sheriff's department.
Well, if you
I
have it, you have it.
don't know the number, I just got the phone.
Okay.
But the phone here with me, I did the job.
You have a number of anybody else that you're close to that your lawyer can call and get in touch with you?
No, I'm not with me, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But the people with my phone, don't give me my phone number.
I'll call down there after we're done, Your Honor, and make sure he has my phone number.
Okay.
Yeah, I said, well,
Wait,
my phone's in my pocket.
I'm ordering you stay away from Robert Osborne and Amy Hollow.
Okay, I'll go with mine.
Yeah. Your Honor, we asked for his signature bond on this. Both matters.
Your position on signature bond?
Is she on this chart?
She's on this one.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Bond for Mr. Hollow.
We're okay
Signature
with
bond or cash, for sure.
Is he going to be assessed? If he's
He
going to
says
be,
he will.
well, if he's willing to do that, then we're okay with an OR bond, and we're going to have protection orders prepared. We're going to want protection orders.
Okay, he can sign a $2,000 signature bond that will cover both, and we probably should come back fairly soon on this one. What's your schedule?
Your Honor, if we could come back maybe next week. If not, it's going to have to be the 11th.
The 30th, June 30th?
Oh, that's, yeah, I'm leaving town that day. Why don't we, that's all right. Why don't we schedule this for Monday, Your Honor, and see, we'll have more answers on Monday. Would that be fine with the court?
Okay, so that's the 23rd.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Hawley, I'm letting you out of jail, but you gotta come to court Monday, the 23rd. You know where the court is in Chesapeake?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you gotta be here for a hearing at 10 o'clock, June 23rd. Okay, you'll get out
We don't have case.
shortly when we get the paperwork down to the jail.
All right, thank you.
I'll come back Monday.
State of Ohio versus Jared Meredith. Case number CRB 2462, CRD 221036 AMD, CRB 22263, CRB 2838 AMD, TRC 202206, CRB 1978, Thomas Spears is on deck.
All right, so there is a charge, Mr. Meredith, that you haven't been arraigned on, it looks like. But it's an older case. It's 2462. You have the right to remain silent, you don't have to say anything. You have the right to have an attorney, you have one appointed, you can't afford one, you have bond, and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. This charge is domestic violence. It's alleged at Windsor Township on January the 12th of 2024. So it's a year and a half old. That you, by threat of force, caused Hannah Meredith to believe you caused physical harm to her or a member of her family or household. And that she was pregnant at the time. So that's a third-degree misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. And then you've got, you have warrants outstanding for missing review hearings in this court on TRC 20-2206 and 19-756, 19-780. And those were an OBI case that hadn't been completed and an aggravated menacing. And then I do have a report from Warrants County Recovery where you had been going to treatment there, stage June 19. Okay. Do you understand the charge against you, Mr. Meredith?
Yes, sir.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you on these matters?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
I was working on it, when I lost mine.
You've been in treatment for a while, it looks like.
Yes, sir. Just trying myself together.
Mr. Stratton, I'm going to represent, or appoint you to represent him on everything before the court.
It's a 2024 case, and I think it's a medicine, something like that. His name's Meredith. I don't know his first name.
There's a report in the file that seems to indicate he was inpatient and got discharged due to some violations, and then he was being seen on an outpatient basis. And he's showed positive for alcohol and marijuana on testing. He was discharged allegedly, and I'm reading this letter June 19th from Warrants County Recovery for threatening a staff member. Mr. Beal? Bond recommendation,
It might be that he needs to be back in treatment, I don't know.
maybe with an ankle monitor.
Yeah.
That would be my initial inclination. Mr. Stratton, why don't you
Yeah.
call down and talk to him, and there's several files here for you to look at. Talk to Mr. Meredith about, and we'll recall it after you've done that.
What's his first name?
State of Ohio versus Thomas Spears, case number CRA 25376, and Michael Davis will be on deck.
Sir, are you Thomas Spears? Sir, are you Thomas Spears?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Mr. Spears, it's alleged that there's a warrant for you out of Athens County Common Pleas Court. So you have a right to have a Rule 4 hearing on this to determine if you are the person being sought by Athens County, and if I should order you to go to that jurisdiction.
Okay.
Do you wish to have an attorney represent you, or do you want to agree to go to Athens County?
I'll agree to go.
Okay, you can waive your right to a Rule 4 hearing. The order says upon your arrest, they're ordering you to 60 days in Southeast Ohio Regional Jail.
Right, I was in rehab and called, and they was aware I was in there. I don't understand, because I was actually in Star when the warrant was issued. So I was in a lockdown facility when the warrant was issued, so I don't know what's really going on.
What county sent you to Star?
Athens.
Okay. Well, maybe you need a lawyer to look into this then. Do you have a lawyer in Athens County?
Yeah.
Was he at RRS when he got arrested? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of my inpatient clients.
He was inpatient?
Yeah.
How did he have police contact?
Meeting yesterday, he was driving back, he got pulled over, and got picked up on a warrant. Going to an AANA meeting.
Okay, who's?
Stratton and Smith.
I'll appoint Mr. Smith. I'm going to go ahead and appoint you a lawyer, Mr. Spears, to see if we can help you. This is Thomas Spears. He was at RRS.
Yes.
Treating. He's got a warrant out of Athens County. They're saying that Athens County was aware that he was at RRS, but the warrant's still out.
Oh.
So I'm going to appoint you to represent him. How long has he been with RRS?
Since he got a star for a couple months now.
Okay.
Yeah, I got out of the store, May 6th. I've been at RRS ever since.
Or is it about a month ago?
Okay, I'm going to give him an OR bond then.
Yes, Judge.
And you'll go back to, is he inpatient or?
Inpatient, yeah.
Okay, I'm ordering you inpatient as a condition of your bond, signature bond, with our RS while we try to straighten this out.
I appreciate that,
And they do have a bed, Judge, I just confirmed today, today.
Okay.
Take him back.
He's been there for a while, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna make me look bad if you run now, if you take off and run, I won't be able to go up to Athens and eat one of my favorite restaurants. So
I actually just got a job, store Monday, so I was nervous as heck, you know.
yeah, Casa Noe is one of my favorite places in Athens, and I'll have to
It's good.
avoid going there if you take off, because they're gonna be kind of upset with me for letting you out on a signature bond.
I appreciate you. I'm not running, that's for sure. I'm gonna run right down there to that Fairfax and get you one of them. That's it.
Okay, so let's come back pretty quick.
Coming back from a meeting.
When are you available?
For a quick turnaround, Judge, I'm here, maybe 27th, you said it's bad, the 27th of June, 30th of June, then I get into July.
Let me look at June 30th. Might go.
We can squeeze it in. Let me just double check. Yes, I'm
June 30th is okay, let's do that.
I have a trial go out, so I'm available, yes.
You're okay, June 30th?
I am, I have to be in Common Pleas at 1 o'clock, so yeah, I'm good. Good morning. the
June
30th.
30th, sir, is gonna be your next hearing in court in Chesapeake, so you gotta be here then, and RRS will make sure you are here.
Okay.
So it'll be at 10 o'clock. You're getting out on a signature bond, and your promise to stay in treatment at RRS.
All right, thank you.
He's that
You're
star.
welcome.
He'll point up, but I want to hear a star. Yeah, I understand that's
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Michael Davis, case number CRB 25362 A and B, CRB 24215, CRB 24767, CRB 24649 A and B. And Derek Jenkins is on that.
This is one of Mr. Steyer's cases.
It is, Judge, and I called when I found out I was going to cover and look to speak with Mr. Hill about it. We spoke yesterday on the phone.
Let's wait for Mr. Davis. If he's not-
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have looked up. Yeah. I just don't know if we can do much today.
He's usually here.
Yeah, Judge, generally.
Okay, Mr. Davis is on. Okay, now, Mr. Smith.
All right, thank you, Judge. This is one that I'm covering for Mr. Steyer. He's out of town today. I did speak with Mr. Hill yesterday when I found out I was covering this case. It doesn't sound like one that is going to resolve today, or I'd be comfortable trying to get it wrapped up today, knowing it's a little bit convoluted according to the state. So I would ask for another date that Mr. Steyer could be here.
And you have those dates?
Judge, he's not texting back. We could do the 7th, 11th, or 18th. I will be here if it's a bad day.
He's probably going to be in jail all that.
Well, I could be here. I just don't know when Luke's coming back. I'm sorry, I just don't have a date for him to check.
My inclination.
I want to see if I can get another work on, see if I can go back to work.
I could do next Friday, Judge, is the...
Well, we want to try to get Mr. Steyer.
Yeah, okay. I apologize. Let me double check my texts.
He's at that conference in Columbus.
Yeah, he's at a conference in Columbus. Mr. Stratton reminded me he might be unavailable. I just don't have any.
To go into next week?
Yeah, we can go. I think.
I believe it might, Your Honor. It's a conference in Columbus that he goes to pretty regularly, so.
Your Honor, Steyer is not here for Monday, but he is here for next Friday.
Okay, what's the state's position on bond?
Well, the bond right now is $5,000 cash
Correct.
surety. I believe there's been a probation violation filed also.
There is, yes.
So we'd ask for the bond to be $10,000 cash surety.
It's going the wrong way.
Wrong direction.
Yeah, it's going the wrong way. We could be
I
glad with it.
can't get a no work on and go back to work.
You
I've
can-
been out of work for a week now.
Okay.
I just got my job back. I'm making decent money and stuff, and I just don't want to mess it up.
Well, one thing that I would suggest for that, Mr. Davis, is quit catching criminal charges. That'll help you not mess up your job opportunity. So I'm going to leave it at 5,000 cash or surety. I'll set it for June 27th.
I'll let Mr. Steyer know,
will be
Judge.
here. All these cases are set for June 27th.
I'll let him know.
Next case.
State of Ohio versus Derek A. Jenkins, case number CRB 25356, and Stanley Bennett will be on deck.
All right, this is Mr. Jenkins, 25356. And it's my understanding that he has matters in common pleas court.
I can check, but I don't know that for a fact.
All right. Yeah, since, do you have anything you want to tell me today, Mr. Jenkins?
I just want to say I apologize for how I acted the first time I was in your room, courtroom, and I was just dealing with a lot that day, just acting a fool. I apologize.
Apology accepted. So I think we probably need to get you a lawyer. Do you have something in common pleas court also?
No, sir, not that I know of.
This is the only thing you got?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stratton, I'll appoint you. I believe it's been in, well, a week, it's been in a week now. Looks like maybe a little longer. He was arraigned on the 13th. So, not guilty plea was entered. Mr. Stratton, I'll appoint you to represent him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
Still under your 15-day contempt order?
Well, I haven't decided that yet.
Okay.
It's possible that could be shortened, but why don't you talk with him and we'll recall. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer. He's going to call down and talk to you.
Okay.
Then we'll recall you after that.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Your Honor, from our perspective, a plea of guilty would influence our thinking about how much more time he should do. So,
Have you spoken to the alleged victim on this case? I'll just talk to him.
State of Ohio versus Stanley G. Bennett at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 25342, CRB 25343. Jared Meredith is on deck.
Okay, we were checking on the availability of monitors.
Your Honor, we do have one available. The only problem is he has a holder through common police court probation.
Okay,
So he's not going to be able to get out of jail.
so he's gonna have to appear there, please.
He's going to have to work through them. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bennett, the good news is there's a monitor available, but you still have a holder from common police court. Do you have a lawyer appointed to represent you in common police? Okay, well, he's here.
I think he left, Judge.
He left, Your Honor.
Okay. He was here.
I can
So,
reach out to him.
do you have a hearing set to go back to common police?
I think they said just a 2-week deal, but they would wait to see what was going on with your court, but I don't know.
Okay. I'll order, whenever they lift their holder, that you be released to go to Southern Hope with the GPS monitor. So,
And Stanley, I'll get a hold of Mr. Morford, have him work on the common pleas in, so hopefully get you in Southern Hope ASAP. I'll have him reach out to.
Your Honor, I don't know that common police court works with Southern Hope.
okay, that's correct. You have to go someplace else.
Oh, well, yeah, I know Judge Finley does, and I don't know about.
I don't believe any, in the common police court in a whole doesn't.
Yeah, I knew that.
So we need to find another place for him to go to treatment. You got anyone who wants to evaluate him, Mr. Bennett?
We get RFs.
Do you have an Ohio medical card?
What's that?
Do you have an Ohio medical card?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Buckeye, I'm pretty sure Buckeye does.
Okay. We'll get somebody to talk to you, and then we'll have you back up once that happens.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Jared Meredith, case number CRB 2462, CRB 19756, CRB 19780.
Mr. Meredith might actually be on the phone right now getting an assessment by RRS, but, well, that's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
He's still on the RS.
Okay, all right.
That's right.
Recall him.
Well, we don't have anybody to recall to jail right now.
Okay, let's go back to our cases here.
State of Ohio recalled Jesse Lee Friend, case number CRA 25355.
All right, this is Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
It is, Judge.
We're checking to see if there was a withdrawal of the warrant from Mason County.
there was a call made to whoever the clerk or whoever the calls were made to, and there was no one answered. There was a message left, so we don't know anymore now.
Your Honor, I was informed they also called the sheriff's office, and nobody answered there, so they haven't been able to get a hold of anybody in Mason County.
That seems very strange. Yes. I know it's a small county, but it's not that small.
They should answer the phone.
Well, how do you want to proceed, Mr. Smith?
Well, you're in treatment now? Yes, sir. He's in treatment, I would ask, because they're answering the phone, we can come back in a week. Did Mr. Sowers post your bond? Did somebody post your bond, Mr. Sowers?
He has a bond up.
He's got a bond up, Judge, he's in treatment, they're not answering the phone. I would ask, and I know it's probably crowded next Friday, but I'm here.
Well, listen, how about the 30th? I think you're the 30th.
Oh, yes, I'm here both.
Let's do the 30th. June 30th will be the next hearing, pre-trial, stay in treatment as part of your bond.
Yes, sir. She said 108 days is the minimum.
Yeah, I forgot that other thing too. It's for the judge, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, there is a report I forgot to give you earlier.
Maybe it's like inflation on Juneteenth, you know, it's kind of like, first time I did, we closed at noon on Christmas Eve, everybody was really happy, appreciated it, and then it became like required.
Well,
and then it has to go through all day.
he was caught, he says yesterday about Juneteenth, he went up there to clear this up and locked up tight as a drum, and I guess it still is. They're really taking it seriously. What time was court? 10 o'clock.
Super long.
On the 30th. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that,
Or could they just take it in calendar?
and back on the 30th.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Christopher L. Smith, I want to recall case number CRA 25-8.
Okay, someone wrote on here no active warrants, so I assume.
Judge Missy had called, I was present when she called. He showed up Wednesday in Indiana, and they did confirm, I heard them confirm that there is no active warrant now. He was there Wednesday.
Okay, so case here should be dismissed, and he has a cash bond up, which will get returned to whoever posted it.
Like his mother.
At some point.
I think she posted a cash bond. Yes. She did. He'll let his mother know. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Michael Johnson, case number CRA 24-834, CRB 24-825, CRB 24-323.
Approach, Your Honor.
She's not here. Looks like there was one on my major search. And then there's you still got 24-323, just community service and filing some costs on that one.
He's going to make a payment today. Judge, how much can you pay? Do you know?
I was gonna try to pay the whole thing, but at the least 100.
Okay, so I'll set it for, we'll just go back to a regular review on it, having set pre-trial review. July 21st will be his review hearing on it, and I understand he's going to make $100 payment.
Review's 9 o'clock.
So see the clerk, make the payment.
Yeah. Thank you, Judge.
You are.
Get you a good probation for you, then you're free to go. I'll get on as soon as I get that.
State of Ohio versus Christie S. Tyndall, case number CRA 25-106.
No, I'm sorry, Michael Johnson, 24-825 is still pending.
It's in review now. He'd already been convicted on that.
Okay, so the one that was nolly, they both come out, there's two. There's an 824 that was nolly, and there's an 825 that's still pending.
Well,
One of them was filed as a felony originally, and we nollied it because it was, should have been a misdemeanor. If that's what it is.
Yeah, is that the one that was dismissed?
they're both, the one involved Taylor, both, there's two, they're both.
Yes, but we reserve the right to refile the misdemeanor charge.
Okay. This is never nolly. That's what I'm looking at.
I think that's the one that was separate probably, isn't it?
That's the N1.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say no.
Yeah, that, knowledge that.
Tell me that again.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
To who?
She's not here, so we can't get forward.
Okay, I wasn't visiting that.
Okay, today?
Yes.
Because there was a discrepancy of where the payment should go.
Okay.
Payments need to go to the Speedway corporate office.
Okay, so she can make the payment?
Yes, right here.
Oh, yeah.
And 2315. Okay. But Speedway, they have 405.
Well, okay. Now, does she not have the money now? No. Okay, so let's make sure we know what the total amount is that's.
Yeah. It is in evidence.
That's the total of everything. No. I thought I had to figure this out. Okay, how much does she have today?
She $50, that's what she tried to
I'm
do.
trying to get a job. I had an interview and stuff, but
$50?
yeah,
That wasn't gonna be enough anyway.
plus the 742.
No, she's going through 8 payments. She can't come up with it.
Wait a minute, you got the 7?
It's already confiscated by the sheriff.
It's in evidence.
Oh, okay.
And he's willing to have that transferred towards the restitution.
Understand.
Plus she'll pay another 50. She's just not able to pay one
I understand.
lump sum.
And the judge can only in 1910 pay back 1200.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is nolly both of the cases to the grand jury and let them collect the money and common pleas court.
Okay, so 25106 is knowledge to the grand jury?
Yes.
Are you still the same? Are you still the same address?
Yes, how does some of ours take care of it?
If you don't show up, so is that
Dismissed upon disposal, 742, taken from animal.
That's what they have.
Yes. 614.
Okay.
75 is Girl Road.
614.
61475.
Lots of numbers.
Yeah. Girl, G-O,
Road or 35 that way.
State of Ohio versus Automates Clark, case number TRC 25707, A, B, and C.
Mr. Smith's case, preliminary hearing and pre-trial.
It is, Judge. I reached out to Mr. Hill yesterday. We spoke about this case. We are still awaiting the urine results. She's in treatment. We're about to get an updated treatment report.
She has a felony also.
She does, Judge, in addition to the OVI.
Okay, no, I made her note that she was considered by QRT, but I was informed that she's not.
I was informed as well, Judge. Ms. Dalrymple did inform me that she is not going to be participating with QRT.
Okay.
But my hope is that the state would still keep it here, let her keep doing her treatment. We will visit the OVI. Once I have the results, I can take a look at those, and I anticipate that will get resolved. And I guess it will depend on the felony, how she does in treatment. But she's got a good start, it looks like.
Okay, when do you want to come back?
It's been about 2.5 months. They shouldn't be that much longer. 7, 11, or 18 of July, whatever's better.
We can do the 11th.
Okay.
July 11th for the next hearing.
Appreciate it. Keep it good work. All
State of Ohio versus Tara Kern, case number CRA 25332.
Is that with an ankle?
Yes, Judge, she finally was able to get one of those elusive ankle monitors. Yeah, Coach, I have.
Yeah. Okay. She's just getting started.
Yes.
But so far, so good. Keep it up. Come back in a few weeks with. The 11th, we just said something.
Sure, I can do that, Judge.
July 11th will be the next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Billy Jack Barnett, case number CRA 25289, A and B.
All right, Mr. Barnett, do you have a lawyer? Mr. Smith?
Oh, yes, Judge, I'm fine.
I'm not going to change my mind. Okay.
You're right, this is an alleged F3 theft from the former Country Hearth Motel, or who it is a motel. We're still negotiating, talking about the case. I'm not sure that the state today is going to sit to the grand jury. They're leaning that way. I'm going to try to talk Mr. Hill out of that, but if we could come back a couple, 3 weeks.
We'll do that while today.
Yes, sir.
Next hearing, July 11th, preliminary hearing. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Derek A. Jenkins. RB 25-356. Jared Meredith will be on deck.
Mr. Stratton's case.
Yeah, we are. That's your next hearing.
Thank you. We're back on that case.
Yeah. Is Heather Jenkins here today? Or?
No, we talked to her on the phone. Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Jenkins will plead guilty to the domestic violence charge, ask for suspended time, and a reconsideration of your contempt charge time also.
All right, is that correct, Mr. Jenkins, what your lawyers represent in court?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to tell me? In addition, you've already apologized, so I accept that. Anything else you want to tell me?
No, not really, just other than I'm going to try to get out here, do my best to be a productive member of society, go to work, and pay whatever fines I need to, and stay out of this circle.
Do you have a medical card? How do you get medical treatment?
Do I have what now?
Ohio medical card?
No, I have insurance through my wife's work,
Okay.
but I can get signed up for that.
Well, one of the things that concerns me, I'm looking at the affidavit, apparently you got arrested when this happened, you got picked up by the Ironton Police Department. Were you in Ironton when you got stopped?
Yes.
And they said that they were gonna file charges of being in possession of a controlled substance, but it doesn't look like anything's happened on that. Do you know anything about that?
No, sir. They were saying something about that the last time, but I have nothing on me. I have no clue what that's about.
Have you ever had an assessment for drug issues?
Yes.
Where was that?
It's been a while back. It's probably 2 years ago, a year ago. I went through treatment and went through drug court, completed it in Pike County.
Okay. Okay, order you to get at least an assessment. And if you have health insurance, then OVP is about the only place that will accept you locally. So normally is there anybody here from OVP? I know Brianna's not here.
I have not seen anyone from OVP here on.
Okay. I'll order you to get an assessment with OVP. As part of your order. I'll impose a $150 fine, order you to pay court costs, 30 days in jail. I'll suspend 23, give you credit for 7 served. 5 days of community service. Level 4 probation. I'll set your review hearing in August. We'll make it August 1st. You gotta come back to court and I'm gonna review what you've done, if you got your assessment done, if you've done any of your community service, paid your fines. You'll get out of jail today, unless there's a holder on other charges that I don't know about. You should get out of jail today. You probably need to check in with your probation officer at some point before your review hearing date. Mr. Major is going to be your probation officer here at the court in Chesapeake. Do you have any questions, Mr. Meredith, or Mr. Jenkins, I'm sorry? Any questions?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin.
And the no contact order, if that wasn't mentioned.
Okay. I order you to stay away from Tether, I believe.
So we'll be able to send that down there to the jail momentarily.
State of Ohio versus Jared Meredith, case number CRB 2462. CRD 22-1036 A&B, CRD 22-263. Stanley Bennett is on deck.
Your Honor, Mr. Meredith was assessed by RS.
We can take him.
Okay.
Right.
All right, Mr. Meredith, I'm going to let you sign a $2,000 signature bond on the condition that you go to RRS for inpatient treatment. Set your next hearing. What's your availability 1st of July, Mr. Sheriff? What were the dates you weren't available, I guess I should have.
3rd and 7th, I'm not. If you want to put it on the 11th, that'd be the best day.
Okay, July the 11th will be your next hearing at the court in Chesapeake.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, is that with Presley?
No.
Okay. Judge, I want to tell this time.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Proof is in the pudding. Show me what you can do.
I will, I promise.
Okay.
Give you my word.
State of Ohio versus Stanley D. Bennett on a recall of the jail, case number CRA 25342, CRA 25343, CRA 25339.
Order our launch. Comment, please. Give me assessment. Don't have me do it.
Okay. Stanley Bennett.
Judge Brett, he's been assessed, they can take, and we still not been able to resolve that issue with the common pleas holder. I reached out to Mr. Morford, I've not heard back yet, so his client common pleas.
Well, what I'm going to do, I'll enter an order from this court that you can be released to RRS for treatment, and then on your end, you'll have to get common pleas to agree with it and release their holder. Once that happens, then you'll go.
And I'm working on that, Stanley, with your Mr. Morford. Or
Okay.
Mr. Steyer, I said Morford.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in contact with Mr. Steyer, he's got to get a hold of common pleas since he's your lawyer there, but he's working on it.
Okay, so we'll keep, I'd already said his next hearing for June 27th.
You did.
So hopefully you'll be in treatment by then.
And I checked Mr. Steyer is available next week. I checked, confirmed that.
And next week, I'm on again,
That'll be what, Monday?
next Fridays or next.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that Luke can get a hold of Judge Ballard and maybe a phone call can be made and get you out sooner, but I can't promise that, but Mr. Steyer's working on it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And he's with the mom.
I believe we're finished.
Okay, that finishes up with the jail.
State of Ohio versus Kathy Falk, case number CRB 25219. Set for sentencing.
Okay, this was set for sentencing today. She was gonna bring me something on the fence being fixed.
Yes. Your Honor. This is the old Bible too, man. These are the new fence. The new fence, everything. That's all the ones today. There's the old ones we took down.
Okay.
Here's the new fence we put up. And this is where it was coming out. 8 bridges there.
Okay.
And this is one old fence we took down. And this is a new one. You can't hardly see it.
A lot of work. Well, heck yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then there's more ribbon. There's 2 old gates I have. And there's more fencing.
Okay.
Fencing down through there.
Good.
That's all you need to see?
Yeah, now I want you to know also that I spoke with Mr. Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke with the gentleman who made the complaint, and he said that since there had been some work done on the fence, there hadn't been any cows out except one, apparently one got out one day.
I think I had one of my beef got out. I left the gate open.
And that's kind of, I kind of thought maybe that was the case, that it was not because the fence was broken, but because the gate was open.
Yeah, I left the gate open.
So what we would like to do is just have another 30 days where there's no cows getting out, and then
Okay,
we'll
well,
come
they haven't
back.
been out since April 8th, so.
Well, he had one.
Well, it wasn't on him, it was on me.
It was on his property.
It was?
Yes. But he's glad that it's been a lot
Yeah.
better. So
Okay.
we just want to wait another 30 days, make sure there's no more cows getting out, and then we'll dismiss it at that time.
Okay.
That's okay.
Your Honor, would you like to see the pictures?
Yes, prosecutor satisfied, I mean. July 21st, ma'am?
That'd be fine.
That's a Monday. July 21st, for sentencing at 10 o'clock. Be dismissed then if there's no further problems.
State of Ohio versus Amber Mills, case number CRB 23641, CRB 23556.
Yeah.
And got an ankle monitor, I think, there is such a. Take a test when you went in, okay. Yeah, let's just jump in. Did you give him a report? Yeah. Okay.
We're waiting on the clerk.
Oh, okay, all right.
Some of the past. Okay, now we're ready. Go ahead.
Your Honor, she's doing well, on an ankle monitor, which was the thing that we were waiting on. So we'll just continue and see how she does.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I was just wondering, how would I go about, or if it's even possible, getting the ankle monitor open to where I can at least go see my son? Because right now I'm just stuck at the house. I can't go to group or anything. I have to do evening group. Telehealth.
When will she be allowed to do this?
Right now, she will be on a 2-week blackout period. And then I think they're working on submitting a schedule for things.
Okay, well, let's come back in about 2 weeks then.
Okay.
You're not gonna be able to do it during next month anyway.
That's fine.
So that's around the 11th,
11th, yes.
July 11th. Next hearing.
I have another question. On that, my dad thought that the restraining order was over. He'll be at court that day. So am I allowed to be
He
here?
wants to lift the restraining order?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
He's got court with you that day, though. I just wanted to make sure it was
No.
okay for both of us to be here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be.
All right.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Fuller, case number CRB 17-1060.
All right, this is on the sentencing docket. Mr. Fuller is just taking care of what he owes. Got fines and community services.
Your Honor, if I may, he was here today, he was ordered to be here for community service. He's been here twice since his last hearing.
Okay.
I don't know.
I came yesterday, I didn't know it was a holiday, until I got here, and they told me.
Okay. Well, we'll just need to keep working on it then, right?
Yes, sir. And I have $70 today.
Very good. So you'll go to the clerk's office, pay that. I'll set your next hearing to be sentencing on July 25th.
Sorry, what was that?
July 25th,
25th.
10 o'clock. All right, sentencing. See the clerk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Lindsay M. Jenkins, case number TRD 25-319.
Sentencing, and you're trying to get your license back.
Yeah, I'm still trying. I owe like $1,500 and I'm just making payments every 2 weeks.
Okay, well, is that West Virginia or Ohio that you're suspended?
West
by?
Virginia.
Well, is there a reasonable expectation that you can get this done, or?
I mean, yeah. I've been trying to get a loan too to pay it. I have 2 kids and I work. I don't know. I pay rent and a car payment. It's just a lot.
Okay. All right, I'll give you more time. How much time do you think you need?
Maybe like a month. I'll probably get paid in a month.
July 25th,
Okay.
10 o'clock, be your next hearing.
You said at 10?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Devlin Maynard, case number TRD 25-781, Ed B.
25,952.
He failed to appear for a,
You had no ticket, it looks like you failed to appear for it.
When was that ticket, sir?
May 13th at 2:24 PM in Fayette Township. It says you were failure to display plates and no safety belt. They didn't charge you with driving under suspension. You were supposed to appear on May 27th at 4 o'clock for traffic court. You didn't appear.
doesn't show that he did.
Did you not appear then?
I mean, I guess not. I mean, as bad as it sounds, like you'd think I'd be able to recall that, but
Yeah, that was 2 weeks after this case. This one's a jailable offense, driving under suspension.
are you talking about whenever I came here the first time? And then that second ticket, the one that I missed, was after?
Yeah. Yeah, the officer, well, let's do an arraignment on this because you guess you never appeared, didn't get arraigned on it, but you should have come to traffic court. This case 25-952 A and B alleges May 13th at 2:24 PM in Fayette Township, you were driving a vehicle upon which you did not display proper plates and were not wearing a safety belt. The failure to display plates is a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. The safety belt is a mandatory $30 fine if you're found guilty. Do you understand those two charges?
Yes, sir. I do.
How do you plead to them?
No contest. I do have something to say about it, though.
No contest means you're not fighting it, you agree you can be found guilty if I think the state has enough evidence to convict you. Is that what you want to do?
Did he have any remarks on that?
Yes, he does have remarks.
Did he say anything about my plate?
Your what?
My plates, like my tags?
I can read what he said.
Because I had tags. They had just expired.
I observed the vehicle did not have a registration plate, that the driver did not have his seatbelt on. The registration was expired, and the driver was driving under suspension. I gave him a warning for driving under suspension. He stated he was on his way to court to get his license back.
Sounds right, sir. I didn't know if he was saying that I just didn't have plates at all or anything.
And he said they were expired. Why didn't you come to court then on this? You got a citation, you didn't show up.
To be honest, I don't even remember getting that citation at all.
I thought you just said that it sounded right, but
Yeah, it sounds right, because I remember I had plates. They had just recently expired. But I don't remember getting pulled over and then having the court date. I don't remember the court date that was given to me to go. Because on the ticket, I must have lost the ticket or something at some point. Because usually they explain to you whenever they give you it, you can pay it at this website. And
it says right at the top, you are summoned in order to appear on May 27th at 1600 hours. That's 4 p.m. in Lawrence County Municipal Court gives the address. So, not a very good excuse.
No, sir.
Okay, so what do you say about the other case now?
Like, the reason why I'm here about my being under suspension?
Yeah.
I went down to Ironton and I paid, I think it was a reinstatement fee. I had a paper and it's in my truck, but I had a receipt and everything. I went down there to the courthouse and I had to pay I think it was like $300 or something.
At Ironton Municipal?
I'm pretty sure.
Downtown Ironton?
Yeah, it was like in the middle of nowhere. I'm not from there, so that's like the best way I can describe it. I'm sorry.
You're from Franklin Furnace?
Yeah, but I'll never go to Arlington.
I was like, well, I'm gonna look on here, it's gonna say he's from New York City or something. Yeah, you're from Franklin Furnace, and you're,
Well, I usually go the other way.
Well, you got Wheelersburg. Why go to Ironton?
Good.
well, he does apparently, well, you got to stop and go to work. How old are you?
19, sir.
Okay. Well, we cut 19-year-olds a lot of slack these days, more than we should. You need to start growing up a little bit and acting better. I mean, this is ridiculous. You don't remember getting a ticket on May 13th? How can you not remember getting a ticket on May 13th? That just doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'd rather tell the truth than lie to you and act like I recall it, to be honest. I'd rather tell the truth. There's no point in
Were you
lying.
under the influence or something? Because that makes no sense that you would not remember getting pulled over by a state trooper in the middle of the day at 2:30, and you don't remember it. I mean,
No, sir.
that is beyond comprehension to me.
If you think that's the case, you can test me whenever for anything.
Okay, good idea. Go do a urine screen.
Blood
I
alcohol.
like that. Go do a urine screen.
Blood alcohol.
State of Ohio versus Donald R. Waddle, case number TRD 22-1371.
And this is set for sentencing because you got a bond up. Have you done anything on your case?
Make payments. I got 3 days. I like to have everything done by Monday. I got a job I'm finishing up tomorrow. I've been working. I have everything complete by Monday. I got $100 for a day.
I don't know if I got the right case number. 25-267.
Should be a driving under suspension.
Okay.
25-67?
Oh, that's, yeah, it's wrong. It's in the wrong file. It's a driving under suspension, but still. You haven't done any community service?
I've just been working. I'll say I'm finishing up the job tomorrow and I'm free all next week.
Okay, I want all 3 days done next week.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll have everything, and fine to be paid too.
Are you paying anything on your fine today?
$100.
Okay. You do have a bond up, so.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is ring the little bell,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna come fetch you. And he's good at it. So. Put you down for $100 today, pay the clerk, you're gonna get your community service finished up. I'll set your next hearing for July 28th, and you should not be here because you paid everything off and done your community service.
Yep.
If,
I'll have it finished.
okay.
Thank you.
July 28th, 10 o'clock.
All right.
State of Ohio recall Jamie Bias, case number CRB 24-730, CRA 20-40-16.
Your Honor, she's called into the clerk's office several times, said that she was out of service, kept losing connection, and I believe she gave her phone number if we wanted to call her back.
She's got 7 days to come in for a warrant issue.
State of Ohio versus Casey J. Jackson, case number CRB 22-510.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, when he went to make the payment, he didn't have cash on him, he had a card, so Mr. Cooper brought him over to me where he failed to pay the last time. When I asked him why he didn't pay the last time, he said he went to the bank, got the money out, but he didn't have time for us. And that's why I placed him in the back, Your Honor. I didn't feel that he was going to make a payment this time.
I was gonna get it right back last time. Where'd you go?
I was in the sober living house and I had the ankle monitor on, so I wasn't allowed to leave at all unless it was court, community service, stuff like that. Taking it to the
Did you transport him or?
At the time, last month, he was in one of our houses, but no, one of our other transporters did it.
Okay. Well, he promised last month to pay $100 and didn't pay, and they said he's gonna pay $40. And that's why I had Mr. Cooper go out with him to monitor the situation, and he didn't pay.
I was gonna pay it for you today.
You should have the money double up then, if you had last month, this month.
Right. I mean, I'm just gonna go home and use money and come back and pay it all, whatever it is.
You're gonna pay it all?
Yeah, I should have only had like $150 some.
$225 is what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna pay it all off, so I don't have to worry about this again.
Well, you still gotta come back for because you're doing treatment. And they haven't finished you up. He's not finished with treatment.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll order him released. You gotta be back here by 4 and make a payment.
Yes, sir.
And we'll keep the same date, July 25th is your next hearing.
We're finished, John.
Court's adjourned.
We have to wait on the urine stream.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Your Honor.
And, Your Honor,
On the urine stream.
Court's in recess.
Yes.
I have an update on Miss Price.
Okay.
And Roger said that it was okay if I went in and talked to you because he had to leave.
Okay.
So,
Which one, Adria or Vicky?
Adria.